Yes.
We are looking at Joey from Road, written by Jim Cartwright. This is an interpretation of Joey, and this is actually the road. And that's Joey in the corner, so it's actually meant to be kind of looked at. First, we'll look at a warm-up. It's always important to warm up as an actor, in case you've heard something. It's always important to release tension. Obviously, you can always start the game and get the blood pumping, get your energy going. But it's always good to do a whole body warm up to start with, I find, because you can release tension, especially with the body. You can open your rib cage up, and it allows your lungs to expand more. Then you do breathing exercises. Then you can actually expand your lungs even more for projection purposes, because you want to let the audience hear what you're saying. Then warm up. Resonators and articulators are important when doing accent work, which will be important for this role because he is northerner. Your resonator, if you know, is a chamber in your body. You have a chamber in your head, nose, mouth, and chest, and it kind of vibrates. So if you want to do a geeky accent, the best kind of resonator to use is your voice and nasal one, because it sounds quite interesting. Or is that, yeah, then warm up. Your voice is important as well, because you're doing vocal work, you don't want to scratch your larynx. Play synopsis.
The play is based around one road. Basically, it's a road and plays all the different houses and the lives in the houses. And it's during the time of Margaret Thatcher when she was in power, and the accent is Northern Lancashire. There was a lot of unemployment at the time because of Margaret Thatcher.
The mine strikes.
Yeah.
Because a lot of Northerners were miners at the time. I think most of the road would have gone in the strike.
And
Joey. Joey is aged between 17 and 19. It's not specified exactly what his age is, but he is in his late teens. He lives in Lancashire near Bolton. I think it's north of Liverpool. It's quite important depending on which northern accent you want to use. Relationships, he has a girlfriend called Claire who's aged 16, and there's quite a nice relationship between Claire and him. He's unemployed. It's like most of the entire road because miners strike. He is quite ill. He's actually quite anorexic. He's actually starving himself at this point because he can't actually afford to eat because he is unemployed and has no money whatsoever to actually buy food. And the fact he is just doing it because he has nothing else to do. Not because he's like bored, but he has nothing else to do, and it kind of explains in the monologue. And he has a few thoughts to do with suicide because he's just fed up with life. And in the monologue, he shows so much anger. It's unbelievable. He constantly swears and belittles himself and Margaret Thatcher, which at the time everyone hated. Find a northerner who likes Margaret Thatcher, I'll show you a pig that can fly. To be honest, that is a difficult thing to find.
The character's journey through the play is the whole play with Joey in is just like one scene. He's not actually in the rest of the play, and the whole play is in his room. He assumes so, because he starts off in his bed and he's talking to himself. So there it shows some sort of illness or like difficulty with him, and his girlfriend comes in and she starts talking to him, and he starts explaining to her why he's sort of on strike through hunger strike, and then we find out it's kind of because he's got an illness, but then he also wants to know something, but what he wants to know he doesn't know himself, kind of. But he wants to know more from he wants to be closer to like almost God and whatnot because of this hunger strike. He's trying to sort of prove a point almost.
Yeah. He's just kind of really angry. I'd like to swear them, but I'll leave it. He's quite angry at society because he's been put at the bottom. He's working class, and he's been put there, and he has a think as a moan at politicians and upper class people because they have more power than him and he's just at the bottom, hungry, and a bit quite lonely on the street. It's just him and Claire. And that's it. Right, exercise to play the character. We're going to start some accent work, get you involved. It is actually it's all Northerners, but because I know quite a lot of you are not exactly comfortable, we're not going to specify an actual Northern accent of Lancashire. So you can do a bit of Yorkshire, do a Liverpool, Manchester. So there's quite a few actors with massive Northern accents, such as Peter Kay, where it is huge and you can tell he's a proper Northerner. So we're going to do a few words like here, and we're just going to go around the room, and you're going to do each three. You're going to do can't, am, and won't it in the Northern accent. However, it's not exactly how it should sound like the Northern British way. So can't in Northern is couldn't. Then am is ham. Then won't it is won't it. So, most vowels are used. That's important to say. So we'll go around the semicircle. And you've got to stop.
I'm going to end up coming out with some other accent.
You can. So try to go kun,
Kun.
ham,
Wouldn't.
won't it.
Would. I don't know.
Are you going to do either one?
Wouldn't it? Just do it.
Can I just do the last one?
You got to do all of them.
Alright, you do it
Alright,
and then
yeah.
I'll go, yeah.
Hang on. Careful of using kun because it is cat and it's just kun. Because if you mix the two words up, it could mean a totally different word. So kun.
Could.
So I couldn't do that.
Alright, I couldn't do that.
So
I got
then,
that.
am I on next?
How am I on next?
And won't it?
Wouldn't it?
Lovely.
Treat
Next.
it. Oh no, I didn't choose one.
Couldn't.
Couldn't
So I couldn't do that there.
do that there.
Lovely.
Lovely.
Then you got ham. So am I going out tonight?
Ham.
Ham. It's like ham, the meat.
Am I going out tonight?
Nice. Then won't it?
Wouldn't it?
Lovely. Molly, feel free to actually put it in your own sentence as well.
Oh, I should have done that one.
Just gonna kun, ham, and wouldn't.
Lovely.
Kun,
Yep.
ham, won't it?
Yeah, that's pretty simple.
Oh wait, that's the
Quaid? Go on, Quaid.
Don't want to say this word.
Cool. Just put more emphasis on the end if you.
What accent?
Coon. I don't know. Ham.
Yep.
Wouldn't it?
Oh, where is it?
Yeah, can you do it again first, please?
Couldn't. So I couldn't do that there.
Coon.
Got a bit more confidence. I know you can do it.
Kind of accents.
Ham.
Then ham.
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 Yep. Then won't it?
That one's easier.
Wouldn't it?
And lastly,
Kun,
couldn't.
ham,
Ham.
won't it?
Won't it? Lovely.
That's a bit Welsh.
And the most northerner thing you can do is replace the word the with took. All together.
Took.
So it'll be took pirates, took Caribbean, took lion, took witch, took wardrobe. And there's actually a band called The, so it's took. Right. One of the exercises you can do is hot seating as a northerner. But I'm not going to do that one with you because I've got another one involved. Another exercise we're going to do together. Now, body language is important for this character because he is starving himself, so he's quite weak, so we're going to do levels of tension. So if you'd like to get up, push your chest to the side.
So, level tension, we've all done this before, but is that the 0? You all know what that is? Jellyfish. So, should land on top, like so.
Specifically
Based off that one.
Just relax your whole body. So, and just sort of twitch each part of your body so you can feel it.
And I want you to kind of vocalise it. I saw tension in your neck there, like, just say.
Yeah.
There's got to be no tension in your body at all. So it's like you're boneless. And I want you to vocalise this kind of character of boneless man or boneless woman.
You can choose that in order accent if you want.
Yeah, that's right.
And then sort of bring it up. So we think Joey's around a sort of a 3. So he's
2 or 3.
2 or 3. So he's not neutral. He's just below. He's just like lazy. So if you bring it up to a 1, what you'd imagine as a 1, sort of like.
So kind of like really chunk. You kind of hardly moving. You're always kind of moving. Because you can't exactly have any motion in your body.
So work yourself up to your feet as in the picture.
You can't even lift your head up because your neck is just like a puppet on a string.
It's sort of like a drunk stage, but then if you bring it up 1 more, it's sort of the level of Jay, and it's just sort of like a really slouched over, relaxed, just like, I can't be bothered. Sort of.
Kind of called this the sloth because it is just kind of, there's a bit of tension in your body but it's so weak you just can't move. We've got the sloth because it's often right. So walk around the room and interact with each other. Alright, nice guys, nice.
Yeah, that's the level of tension.
Alright, don't sit down yet. We've got another one. So, he is a very interesting character because he feels very depressed at this point in time during the monologue. He has a very mixed emotions. He's angry, which is very sad. So we're going to do an exercise. So you're going to walk around the room as you kind of as yourself. You're going to be quite upbeat. So you're quite happy with yourself because you just found a £2 coin. You just found a £2 coin and you're quite hungry. So you're going to buy yourself something. So go walk around the room with your £2 coin in hand. You've got to be proud of this £2 coin. You're walking around, strutting your stuff, showing off your £2 coin.
Never get £2 coins.
You haven't eaten in weeks. Imagine your belly's rumbling, and then you have this hope of a £2 coin. You could buy yourself a pasty.
Right, you just arrived at the shop. You look at the window and you see this big sign for this item of food you want. It could be a sandwich, it could be a biscuit, it could be a chocolate bar, whatever you want. Your favourite food.
Favourite, and it's there. You can see it. Your mouth's watering.
You can almost smell it.
However, there's a problem. There's an open drain right next to you, and you've just dropped your £2 coin.
That's it. It's gone.
That's your motivation. Action.
You see it at the bottom.
Weeks of hunger and hope gone in the blink of a second.
You come to realise that you've lost it. That's it. The £2 coin's gone. Give up. You go home. But you're gonna have to go home.
Got no one else to do it. Don't got a job, don't got that money. What else can you do? Alright, come back. Alright, take a seat, take a seat. Alright, take a seat. How did you feel?
I was really upset because I got a message again.
Sit down. So how did you feel? How did you feel?
Really upset.
Started.
Absolutely destroyed. I don't know.
My state. No, I'm not all gone. Like, That's upsetting.
And that's
I-
how.
Yeah, that's how we think Joey would feel during the play. Although he is starving himself, but he has the opportunity to get food, but he doesn't want to, so he's almost like, oh, I want food, but I'm gutted because I can't. I don't want to.
That feeling you've got is what he feels throughout the entire monologue, and it is so sad to see. And when even then, I kind of felt for you guys, because it was like bits of them. You can see your eyes starting to well up. You're like, So, I'm a big fan of method acting. If you wanted to do this one method acting, you could actually starve yourself for like 2-3 days. It wouldn't hurt you. Method acting.
Is that like when you actually videos?
You could go about 2 days without eating. And it won't actually affect your health.
Nah, people in Syria are going about 10 days without eating.
You
At the
can-
moment.
Your body can last for 3 weeks without food, as long as you, as long as you, as long as you have water. Water, you've got about 3 days, 4 days.
Yeah, so you can actually starve yourself for like, I don't know, 2 days and actually see what this character's going through.
Not that the school would suggest that
No,
would be
no.
a good idea,
But the
and legally would be held in no way responsible.
we need to put a disclaimer down. And that's